Yeah, there we go. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about this social media and influencer predictions. It said bold influencer predictions. And so we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about black girl luxury. We're gonna talk about the soft life. We're gonna talk about the influencer aesthetics that we are seeing, that we've been seeing since. I mean, it's been for a long time, y'all, but definitely since like last year, I feel like it's been like a really big rise in it. And so I want to see how y'all feel about this aesthetic. So this take the bold take is that the black girl luxury era is over. Like apparently there the black girl luxury in general is no longer the move. Is no longer what the girls want to see. And I think that this is a very interesting take on this whole movement because I love influencers, okay? I want to make sure that I put that disclaimer out there. I love influencers and I will always rock and ride for influencers. But I feel like this is a really good opportunity for us to reflect on the way that we move and present ourselves online, right? And I feel like this whole idea of black girl luxury, I feel like on the surface it's wonderful to see black women having nice things, living lives where they have a sense of ease, they're not struggling, they pockets not hurting. You know, like they're living a life that just really shows you what it looks like to take care of yourself and to be content. But I feel like especially making it like your thing, and like this whole idea of luxury being like an entire like your entire identity, I felt like that was weird. I felt like it was always weird. And so I think that people are at a place now, especially with everything that's been going on with the economy and everything that's been going on with, the housing market and stuff like that. I think that it's going to be a lot of people who have these feelings towards those who have stuff, money, things. So yeah, so I don't see, let's see, Kareem, I don't hear or see anybody having issues when other people show luxury, but let a black girl do it is a problem. You know, I feel like I feel like yes, I think that there is definitely an aspect to it that is about race, but I think that it's just I feel like this in particular is bigger than just them not wanting us to have something. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because this is something that's been predicted for a while, y'all. So back in back in I think this was last year. Do y'all remember when they were talking about, the upcoming recession? Like they were basically saying that it's about to be, get yourselves prepared. Everything's about to be inflated. All these interest rates are about to go up. People are about to be struggling. Like it's really about to be a time. They were predicting that there was going to be a recession, right? It was a really big deal for people because people are now freaking out. They're like, what's going to happen with the job market? And, how's the unemployment going to be? And to a certain degree, we are like seeing that happen now. We're seeing a lot of things happen now, even though I don't feel like it's ever like officially been declared a recession. But during times of recessions, this is something that happens all the time. There is this shift that people go to from being like maximalists and having like extravagance and having all of these nice things and really having like this push towards like material things, to being more reserved, to being more to being more like minimalistic, to being less extravagant and more conservative when it comes to how they present themselves, how they spend their money. And that's just a thing that happens. Like, that's a trend that happens throughout time. And so if y'all are paying attention, you're seeing that even in stores, when it comes to fashion, clothes don't have like that same boldness and brightness that they've had for the past few years. Like, people are now wearing more muted things. The things that are trending are more like, very like simple and like toned down, more grays. And that's why denim is such a big thing right now. Like, if y'all haven't noticed, this whole denim, the idea of having like these grays and these like almost like, we brought back like the leisure like business thing. And so this is like a natural trend in the economy, like just in culture. This is like a natural shift that people have. And so there is going to be, in that shift, there's going to be a disdain and a distrust for those who have more. So those who are billionaires, those who are millionaires, those who are more into consumerism, those who like promote that, like they really are pushing that more. Like that distrust, that dislike is a bigger thing. And again, this is where I felt like we wasn't gonna see eye to eye, and that's fine. But I feel like the era, the Black girl luxury era, came at an unfortunate time in our economy, right? That's my first thing about it. My second thing about it is that I feel like there are a lot of people who took this whole concept of Black girl luxury and made it their entire identity. And I stand on that. I feel like there are so many people who feel like they have to, in order to be taken seriously as a creator, in order to be taken seriously as an influencer, there is a certain aesthetic and a certain appeal and a certain look that you feel like you have to have in order to be taken seriously by brands. And that's how I feel about it. And I'm always concerned when I see people take something that is meant to be an aspect of your personality, an aspect of who you are, and make it your entire identity. Like, people always tell me that I'm bougie. People always they always look at me like, Jada probably won't like that, or Jada probably won't do that. I'm very particular about certain things, especially when it comes to my water. I'm going to be thirsty before I drink Dasani, and I stand on that. I just be thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some things where it's like, this is important to me. Those are certain aspects that I feel like I am going to just stand on. There are certain things that I like that may be considered more luxury, but it's not my entire identity. It's not my entire aesthetic. Let's talk about it, especially if we are as influencers, right? If we have an opportunity to present our lives as they really are, or to present our lives in a way that matches the aesthetic, what do you feel like our responsibility is as influencers to do? Because I feel like that's a part of the conversation too. This is not me saying that there aren't women that really are living this life, but I feel like this idea, especially with it being an aesthetic, I think that there is pressure in order to look and present yourself in this way in order to be considered a real influencer, in order to be taken seriously, in order for you to really, look the part and play the part. Do you feel like it's important for your brand to be authentic? Are you saying the look impacts the value and what you make? I think that people believe that. I feel like people feel that way. And I think that there is a pressure to look that way. I personally don't believe that, though. I believe in building authentic brands. I believe in being real. I believe in presenting who you really are to people. Now, I'm not saying that you got to tell all your business, but be real about it. And I also think that there is a certain level of presentation that goes along with it. But then I guess the question is, when does it cross the line from being inauthentic to you being a poser? It's important to you. It's important to you. Okay. And that's what I'm asking y'all. I'm asking y'all personally, as your brand, how you show up online, how you present yourself, is that important to you? I feel like if this is what you feel like you have to do in order to present yourself to the world, I just feel like that can't be authentic. And there's a certain level of self-denial that you have going on if you feel like that's necessary in order for you to be an influencer. If it's not really your life, why do you feel this pressure to show up that way? Are there really not people that y'all see that, at least from what you can tell, they're real? This is really who they are. This is really how they show up in life. And you like them. You enjoy their content. You connect with them. Because I feel like for me, that's something that I hear a lot, that people feel like I'm genuine. They feel like I'm authentic. They feel like I'm real. And that's what they like about me. And this is what I want y'all. I'm on y'all side. I promise. But y'all ain't being real with me. Okay? If you are inspired by nice things and a luxurious life, I am not mad at you for that. I see some of that stuff and I'm like, yeah, that would be nice. I would like that too. I would enjoy that. But I feel like that is not the majority of the people's actual lifestyles. And if it's not, you're going to be hurting when it comes to how people are going to start to perceive it. Like, if this is really what you do, then do it. But if it's not what you do, you may want to go ahead and make some changes, because I really don't see this being something that's going to last. I don't think it is, Kareem. I think it's an investment in being somebody else. And I feel like those people are not really happy with who they are or where they are in life. Luxury will never be rejected for people who have it. And here's the thing, even for the people, even for the luxury era, right? Luxury is not going anywhere, y'all. Like, and in and of itself, luxury is not going anywhere. It never has and it never will. But people are definitely going to be more selective about where they spend their money, regardless of their income status. Like, you're going to be more particular. Okay, let me just go ahead and share with y'all where my heart is with this personally. So there have been times where I have felt inadequate in rooms with certain people, especially people who I see as not even just see as, like, I know have more than me, people who I know maybe be doing better than me, people who have acquired like certain levels of success that I haven't got to yet. And when I was in those spaces and in those rooms with those people, I could feel myself shrink. I could feel myself be smaller. I could feel myself being insecure. I could feel myself feeling like I don't even really deserve to say anything or speak, because they are so much further ahead of me. They're so much further along than I am. Who am I to even, be in this space, be in this same platform with them, right? And so I feel like there are a lot of people, and y'all can say that I'm wrong on this, but I promise y'all, I will argue you down on this point, that there are a lot of people who see this and see themselves as lesser than, right? And that is not to say that it is your responsibility to make people feel better about themselves. But what I am saying is that that perception is there for a lot of people. And how much more powerful could it be for you as an influencer, for you to be real about who you are and not feel this pressure to perform and to show up at this level that you feel like you have to be at in order to be taken seriously. And so this is why I really want y'all to hear my heart on this, okay? This is not me saying that people don't deserve to have nice things. This is not me saying that people should have to try to hide what they have and who they are. But what I am saying is that this pressure to fit into this aesthetic, when it is not really who you are, when there is so much more power in you being real about who you are and how you show up in the world, and the power that goes behind that, that's what I want people to feel. And I think that this idea, this era that we're talking about, I feel like there are a lot of people who really do not have it. And I think that when that's the perception, the idea that you have, you don't even feel like you can be who you really are. That's a problem for me. And I would love to see people who, if that's where you are right now in your life, and then a year from now, you end up leveling up, maybe you get a job that's paying you more, or maybe your business takes off. That's dope to me. I would love to see you glow and grow and get more. And I think that even when we talk about Jackie Aina, I feel like we're forgetting about where Jackie Aina started. She's luxury now, but she didn't start out as luxury. She started out with makeup, drugstore makeup, and she was showing us how to use makeup and how to make ourselves look good with the budget that we had, because that's where she was. And so now her being this luxury influencer is true to who she is and where she is now in her life. But she didn't start out trying to she didn't start out trying to present that to the world if that's not who she really was. Am I lying on that? Y'all let me know something. Am I lying on that? Most importantly, why do I care? I care because I want people to feel comfortable being themselves, Taylor. That's my brand. My brand is about authenticity. So while you may not feel like that's important, it's important to me. I like authenticity. And I feel like it's so much more powerful than trying to play the part. This is my prediction. Y'all can take it or not. But my prediction is that it is going to come a time where people are not going to stand for it no more. They're not. If you're not being real and you're out here trying to do what you can in order to make yourself fit into whatever it is you feel like you have to, it's not going to work no more. It's going to be generations where you're going to be out of touch. You're going to be unrelatable, and they're not going to move with it. It's not going to have the same appeal that it used to have. And if luxury is what you're doing for the sake of the aesthetics, I don't think it's going to work for you. It's not going to work for you much longer. I don't know either. You want to know what's so funny about this though? Like, I feel like we're watching what happens in real time when you make content and you say something in particular and you feel like whatever you said was clear, and then it feels like your comment section is filled with people who just want to say exactly the opposite of what you said. And sometimes I wonder if it's because people really don't understand you, or if because they know what to say to keep you going, keep you riled up. Like, people like to see a reaction. And so one of the people that I feel is like that is Taylor, y'all. I feel like Taylor is one of those people who definitely likes to just say the contrary. And I could be wrong. I could be misunderstanding it, but that's what it's giving, Taylor. I feel like we should watch and consume what we like and ignore the rest. Nani, that's great, but I'm not speaking as a consumer. I'm speaking as a creator. I'm speaking to creators. As a creator, what you put out there, what you portray matters. That's the point that I'm trying to get to, because those are the people that I help. So hi, I'm Jada. I'm a brand strategist, and I help people to build brands that are authentic, that are bold. So when I talk about these topics, it is because I am speaking to trendsetters, people who create content, people who are leaders, people who people look up to. And so when I talk about stuff like this, I am speaking to the integrity and the conscience and the way that we show up to the people that we want to inspire, to the people that we want to educate, to the people that we want to help. And so if you, as a creator, as a leader, are not creating content, if you do not have a brand that is built on authenticity, that's a concern for me. There's nuance in between broke content and luxury. There's so much space in between there. So much space. I'm willing to bet that if people saw your journey from what you said is Section 8 to now luxury, that people would have loved to see you grow and to go with you on that journey to getting there. Because that, to me, that is aspirational content. That's something that inspires me. That's what motivates me. That's what gets me to want to be like, oh my goodness, if Nani got to this place, I could get to that place too. And so if you are presenting yourself to be somewhere that you really aren't, you are robbing people of the opportunity to see you grow, to cheer for you, to root for you, to grow and build an audience of people who were with you in the trenches, and now they see you up at the top. And that's what I mean by being relatable. Yeah, content creation to me is intentional. I just post nice photos and log off. Yeah, there's definitely an art to it. There's definitely a strategy to it. But that's the point that I'm trying to get. That's the point that I'm trying to get to. Yeah, authenticity is what's selling, that's for sure, whether it's luxury or broke. It is. It is, whether it's broke content or luxury content, as Nani put it. Woo! Man, y'all, this was good though. If you are somebody who wants to learn how to make the best broke girl content that you can, or the best luxury content that you can, and you want to build a brand that's authentic, if authenticity is important to you, if building a brand that you don't have to fake it for is important to you, and you want to know how to tell stories, you want to know how to make content, then that's what I'm here to help y'all do. So got a couple of things coming up. We got a workbook coming up, so it's going to be branding workbook. We got one-on-one, so if you want to work with me one-on-one, we're going to also have that coming up, and then I'm going to also have courses. All of that's going to be happening in January. So if y'all want to get all the information, and if you want to be one of the first people who gets access to the promotions that I'm going to have going on leading up to it, make sure y'all get over there. I love y'all real bad. Even the people that was fighting me today, I really do. Y'all be safe, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.